Hey guys, and welcome to yet another episode on the Marketing Podcast. Now, for today's podcast episode, we are going to talk about UX, also known as user experience, and also CX, also known as consumer experience or customer experience. And we're going to talk about how both these terminologies are intertwined and why UX or why CX is, the foundation of your whole marketing concept. If you're carrying out an omni-channel marketing strategy, meaning you're everywhere, and how you can use that to leverage on your marketing, and why also it's very important to focus on both and to strike a balance between your UX and your CX. Now, you have to really understand that UX is part of your CX, meaning it's inside your CX. And the reason why I say this is because UX or your user experience has to do with uh, the frictional touch points that your consumer goes through when they're using either your product or your service. How easy is it for them, for example, if they are on your website, to simply find what they're looking for? How easy is your website made for them so that they're able to find what they want? Do you have like FAQs in place for frequently asked questions? Can they really find out, if they have specific questions, can they really find answers to that? And also the kind of customer service that you offer them when someone is on your website and they have a question to certain products or services. How easy is it for them to gain feedback from that or an answer for that? Do you have some form of live chat that I can simply chat with someone, and really making it simple for them or easy for them, enhancing the experience on your website, on your product, and on your services? Now, with CX or your consumer or customer experience, now it has to do with now the outside touch points of the consumer to your organization, to your business, and to your products and services. Now, this can do with, for example, the kind of social media channels that your business or organization is running. This has a lot also to do with the kind of, for example, if you're running brochures or billboard ads, or for example, you're running an email newsletters and all that, the kind of experience they gain before heading on to your website and converting. Now, this is now what we call the consumer experience, or also offline when they come to your offline store, when they visit your store or your company or your business. How friendly is the customer service over there? How easy is it for them to, for example, have an appointment with your company, with your business, or the kind of staff that you have employed? How friendly are they? How concerned are they with their consumers? How satisfied really are your consumers when it comes to your offline channels? And the reason why it's important to strike a balance between the two is, one of the reasons being that a lot of companies focus on either the user experience, meaning they're only focusing on their products and their services, how good they function, and all in all, that is good and that is very important for your business and for your products and services in terms of it generating revenue and generating a bit of traction when it comes to sales. But then again, it doesn't really bring a lot to the table if your CX is not correct. Meaning, if someone, for example, has a bad customer relation experience with one of your staff, or with one of your social media channels and etc., it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Or for example, if you only focus on CX, meaning you're focusing on everything outside the product and outside the digital product or physical product or the service that you're offering, and you focus on everything else outside, it doesn't really bring a lot to the table, because now we're looking at another reason why we're focusing on striking a balance between both, because we're really working on having customers really satisfied. And there was a report that was done, a research that was done really, and it showed that 86% of customers were willing to pay more if both CX and UX were good, meaning that external touch points when it comes to certain business and organization, together with the easiness or the lack of complexity when it comes to using their products or services or being on their website, led to them converting more, and that is 86% of that, converting more and be willing to pay actually more when it comes to those products and services. And that's why really you need to strike a balance between both, and first and foremost ensure that your product or your services are really working well, your website is well optimized in that anyone heading onto your website can easily find what exactly they're looking for. If they have any questions regarding your product or your services, they're able to get answers to that, and it should be seamless and swiftly, and it should not really be a hassle for them, because what really happens is consumers or human beings have a really short attention span and patience. And when it comes to, for example, if they're heading on your website and they are struggling or hustling to find exactly what they need, they end up walking away or bouncing out, leading to a higher bounce rate when it comes to your website and your products. And they tend not to come back because your website or your product are really complex for them. So it's really about making things seamless for them, and it starts from the kind of social media channels that your business is on, the kind of, or you yourself are on the kind of social media channels. If you're carrying out ads, how easy is it for them to click on something and head on to the specific landing page that was intended on that specific ads? And one tip, by the way, at the current in 2020 and also back in 2019, video ads are doing really exceptionally well when it comes to advertisement. So it's one thing you as a business or organization, as a freelancer, as an entrepreneur, might want to look into. Videos are converting much better than pictures or written content. So it's one thing you want to look at. But back to the topic, when you're carrying out an advertisement and for example, you're selling a certain type of shoes. Let's say, for example, you're selling Adidas running shoes, and you're doing Facebook ads on that, and you post your ad on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And someone sees that ad and they're interested in that in that specific shoes. When they click that specific link, they should be able to land on that specific landing page and not on your homepage or any other page that has nothing to do with your shoe, simply making it seamless for them. And also when it comes to the payment procedure and shipping procedure, it should be really straightforward for them, and so that they have a seamless experience. So that's it when it comes to UX and CX, and why UX is part of CX. And that is because for any consumer to get to experience your UX methods, to experience your products or your services, they first have to pass through CX, and that meaning that they have to pass through external touch points to get to that specific product or services and become a user of your specific product, service, or your website. So it's really one thing to look into marketing in this 2020 moving forward. As we said, modern marketing has a lot to do with the whole holistic of customer experience, making it easy for them, and also user experience, making things easier for them, and the whole experience helps also your users to do marketing for your product and services through mouth propaganda. And we talked about how mouth propaganda is very important, because people listen to the experience of other people and take that for the truth. And it's one of the reasons why a lot of people read, for example, reviews before actually buying a certain product or services. So you really want to get that 5-star rating when it comes to your UX and your CX. So that's it for today's podcast episode. If you have any question, make sure to reach out. Send me an email at Augustine@safetygroup.net, or reach out to me on social media at Kiama_Junior or Richard_Tours or SafetyGroupX. Link will be in the description. So see you on the next podcast episode.